In a village nestled at the foot of a towering mountain, where the air was crisp and the scenery breathtaking, lived a humble stonecutter. Every day he chipped away at the hard rocks, his hands rough and calloused from years of labor. He shaped these stones meticulously for houses and roads, contributing to the village's growth. Despite his hard work, he wasn't happy. He often looked at the towering mountain and wished he was as strong and majestic as it, towering over everything else. One particularly hot day, as he was sweating and toiling under the relentless sun, a rich man passed by, dressed in luxurious clothing and riding a magnificent horse. The stonecutter paused his work and sighed deeply. "I wish I had his wealth," he murmured to himself. "Then I would be powerful and respected." He imagined himself living in a grand mansion with lush gardens, surrounded by opulence and luxury, waited on hand and foot by servants. But even as these thoughts filled his mind, dissatisfaction filled his heart. He wanted more than what he had, always yearning for something beyond his reach. Suddenly, a strange thing happened. The sky darkened for a moment, and then a brilliant light burst forth. The stonecutter was bathed in a golden light, feeling warmth and energy surge through him. He looked up and found himself transformed into the sun, high in the sky, shining brightly over everything. He was powerful, his rays beating down on the world, illuminating every corner and casting long shadows. He felt proud, able to make crops grow lush and green and rivers run dry with his intense heat. But soon a big fluffy cloud drifted by, blocking his light and casting a shadow over the land. "This cloud is more powerful than me," he thought, feeling frustrated and overshadowed. "If only I were a cloud, I would truly be strong." He wished upon the cloud, hoping to gain its power and freedom. And so he became a cloud, heavy with rain. He poured down, enjoying the feeling of his rain lashing against the earth. He thought he was the strongest, pushing rivers over their banks and soaking the land. But then he saw the mountain standing firm and tall, unmoved by the rain. The wind howled around its peak, but the mountain remained strong. The stonecutter, now a cloud, realized that even he was no match for the mountain's steadfast presence. "The mountain is the most powerful," he thought. Its towering peaks and unyielding presence seemed to dominate the landscape, standing tall against the test of time and the elements. He wished to be the mountain, unyielding and unchanging, to be a symbol of strength and resilience, untouched by the world around it. And in an instant he was the mountain itself, feeling strong and unmovable. He felt the wind brushing against his rocky surface, the sun warming his peaks and the rain washing over him. But then he felt something chipping at his side. It was a sensation he had never experienced before, a persistent tapping that slowly wore away at his strength. It was a stonecutter, small but determined, working diligently. With each strike of the chisel, the stonecutter made progress, shaping the mountain bit by bit. He realized then that true strength wasn't about power over others, but about knowing oneself and finding contentment in one's own life. The stonecutter, though small, possessed a strength of spirit and purpose that the mountain could never have. The stonecutter was content to be himself, working diligently at his craft. He found joy in the process, in the act of creation and transformation. And so he returned to his own body. He understood that his true strength lay in his ability to shape his own destiny, to find fulfillment in his own efforts. He picked up his tools, no longer envious of the sun, the cloud, or even the mountain. He had discovered that his worth was not measured by his power, but by his dedication and passion. He had learned that true power lies not in wishing to be something else, but in being the best version of yourself. In embracing his own identity, he found a deeper sense of peace and purpose. He was a stonecutter, and in that he found peace. He realized that his strength came from within, from his unwavering commitment to his craft and his acceptance of who he truly was.